God has created each one of us very unique. You know, you're different, everybody else is different, and there's not one of you alike. And what he's done is implanted on the inside of you gifts and talents, ideas, abilities, all sorts of things on the inside that are just lying dormant. And you might not know about it. My whole life growing up, I did not know that I had songs in me. Music was a part of my family growing up, took piano lessons and we sang as a family. I didn't know that specifically songwriting was on the inside. Just even in the last year, there are things that I'm finding out like, oh, this is inside. What? When did God put this on the inside of me? So one of the major factors in finding out what's on the inside of you either have to go try some stuff. I know there's a lot of people that might be insecure about going to try a new thing or don't have time or are, you're just super busy. Maybe you got 3 kids running around and your only quiet time is when you lock yourself in the bathroom. It is a season, but God has gifted even you. Everybody out there have things on the inside of them waiting to be discovered. And one of the best things that you can do is to sit for 5 minutes and think. Everybody's got 5 minutes. I know you do, because how much screen time won't go there. So take 5 minutes today and just sit and think. Think of ideas. Let your imagination run. Your imagination is what God has given you. It's supposed to be developed, and we're supposed to keep imagining and dreaming and have vision for things and come up with ideas, because He's the creator and He's created us to be able to download these things from Him and put them out there to bless people. So I know you've got things on the inside of you. Maybe you've copied a bunch of stuff because, I don't have time to, come up with something new, which is fine. I know. I'm just encouraging you guys today just to be open to different ideas than what you've done before. If you've always done something the same way all the time, ask the Lord, is there another way that I could do this? And by just sitting and thinking, the greatest ideas come. I remember back in Wyoming, specifically for youth group, I'd be sitting in my office on Wednesdays, and some of the greatest lessons that I ever taught came from me just sitting and being quiet. To study and prepare to teach, you research and you plan and you organize and you hear from the Lord, you read the word, all that kind of stuff. But when it came down to it, when I just sat quiet before the Lord for 20 minutes, He would just drop the best ideas into my mind, and He'd say, use this story from the word. And I was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that. And then He'd say, oh, and remember this example from childhood or something, and put that in there. And all of a sudden, what came together was a beautiful explanation to bless those kids with what God would be doing through them. And this will go for your businesses, your homes, your family outings. Maybe as a family, you've always done specifically something together, and well, that's just the way we do it, and that's the way we've always done it. Well, maybe the Lord has something new. He often does have something new, something up His sleeve that if we are open to it, He will show it to us, and it'll bless us so much. I'm not ever saying don't copy what other people do, because there are a lot of great ideas out there, and sometimes it'll save time because it's already there and it's ready to go. But there are times the Lord doesn't want you to do the same old, and He doesn't want you to copy somebody else. He doesn't want you looking across the fence to what they're doing so that you can do the exact same thing to get their result. He has an individual path for you. He has a particular gifting and season and calling for you that is unique to you, and nobody else in the world has it. Nobody else in the world has it. And so He's wanting some time with you to tell you that. He's wanting some time with you to be able to download into you what He's got so that you can be fruitful, so that you can walk in the calling that He's called you to, so that you can step into new things and not be stagnant anymore. So this is from God today, just to be creative. Think of ways that be open to His plan and His ideas and His concepts. And it may seem kind of silly, why would I ever do that? But the second that you step out into, well, Lord, I believe I'm hearing this from you. And so I'm just gonna go for it here. And it could be the wildest adventure you've ever been on in your life. So just be open to Him and enjoy your uniqueness for who God made you to be. You are like nobody else, and He did that on purpose. He planned for you before the foundations of the world. So 10 minutes today, 10 minutes to just sit and think, just put your phone down and stop scrolling and sit on your own for 10 minutes and just develop the pattern and the habit of thinking, and God will begin to download super cool ideas into you, and things planted on the inside of you will be able to have the sunlight and the rain on that seed that's lying in there so it's able to start growing.